I know what it's like. I know what it's like to actually make money and work 40 hours a week and sometimes even working overtime. And then once you pay all your bills, you pay the insurance, you pay the car note, you pay for the private school for the kids, all the unexpected events that come in life, and then you don't have anything left. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to have to start over and then move into your mom's house, stay in the attic for 2 months, and then you and your mom are having issues because you're back in the house and you're an adult and you're used to having your own space. I know what that's like. I know what it's like for someone to look down on you because of where you currently are in your life and not where you were. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to not be able to go on the vacation that you want to go on, knowing that you deserve it because you work all the time. I know what that's like. I know what it's like to actually go to work and stay there all day and actually spend more time with your coworkers than you are with your family. I know what that's like. Then you get home and you don't even want to play with the kids right away because you have to distress. You have to decompress from all the drama in the workplace. I know what that's like. And I've hit rock bottom before. I know what that's like too. And when that happened to me, what I did was I actually went out and I studied for at least 4 to 6 hours every single day. Every day I got off work, I was barely getting any rest. I was probably sleeping about 4 hours a night. And I did this for about 6 months. And then I went to get my CCNA. I passed that test for the very first time. And then after I passed that test, I was already working, had a little tech job here and there. Then I was able at that point to actually start pursuing other opportunities. And then ultimately ended up in Atlanta, got a great deal, a contract job that was only supposed to be for 6 months, right? And it was with General Electric, but it wasn't directly with General Electric. I was actually going through two different companies, right? And they were paying me, what was it, like $48 an hour? That was the starting pay. I ended up making more, but they started me at $48 an hour. Okay. But here was the aha moment, right? This went through two different companies. So my company was a sub of a sub. So you had General Electric here, then you had another company here, then you had one more company under that, and then there was me, okay? Doing my 1099 agreement with this company, right? Okay, so with that said, the funny thing is that this guy calls me from New York. Never got a chance to meet him in person, right? We never shook hands, anything like that. Now, all the other jobs that I had, they would call you, and this is the typical thing. They call you when you're an engineer and all that good stuff. They'll say, hey, Dwayne, I would like to meet you. Let's have lunch. I would like to discuss this opportunity with you. And then they discuss the opportunity. And then if it's a perfect fit, if it's amicable for both parties, then a deal was made, and then they're going to get a certain little portion, some type of commission, and then boom, you got the job. Well, check this out. I never met this guy. This guy called me on the phone. Everything was virtual. He sent me the paperwork, and pretty much a 6 month contract that was supposed to only be with GE for 6 months ended up lasting for 5 years. No kidding, 5 years. Okay, this guy made money off of every single hour that I worked for 5 years straight. And at the end of that, and even during the process, I actually started thinking to myself, I'm like, maybe I'm doing this the wrong way. Because this guy's, even though, I do have a great career, okay? Engineer, you're making some money now. You're doing good. Now you're not living paycheck to paycheck anymore, right? But I was still working 40 hours a week. Okay, this guy was at home and he got paid to basically just be the middleman, right? He got a check every single month just because he put the deal together. So let me show you exactly what this looks like. Okay, so now I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like. It's very easy for you to understand, right? So let's just say you got company A, and we're just going to call it Acme Company, right? Okay, we're going to call this Acme Company. Acme Company. All right. I want to see if you all understand. So Acme Company says that they need an engineer, right? They need an engineer and they're willing to pay, let's just call it $80 an hour. $80 an hour for this engineer, right? So $80 an hour. And let's just say that you have your own IT staffing company, right? So you go out and you find an engineer, you vet that engineer, you locate them, all that kind of good stuff. You do the background check, all that good stuff. You check their credentials, make sure everything is good. And then guess what happens? This is what happens, right? You pay that engineer, let's just say you're paying them $40 an hour. What happens? Very simple math, right? So you go ahead and once you deduct that, what are you left with? You're left with an additional $40, right? $40 an hour. And this is every single hour. Now, this engineer is actually working 40 hours a week. So that 40 hours times 40 hours, $1,600 a week, right? So now you got $1,600 a week. This $1,600 every 2 weeks, that's $3,200. And then when you're looking at an entire month, now you're looking at $6,400 a month. This is for one person. So everyone talks about scaling, right? How long would it take for you to scale this to 12,000 or to 64,000? If you had 10 people, you multiply this times 10, that's 64K. 64K a month. Just because you were the in-between. You put two people together. Someone was looking for a job. Okay? A company needed you to supply this professional for them. That's what I'm going to teach you how to do. I have a course on this, right? No one taught me this. This is something that I had to learn. And now I'm going to teach this to you. So, do you think this is going to take you 160 hours a month? Do you think this is going to take you 40 hours a week to do? Absolutely not. This only takes about less than 4 hours a month, to be honest, less than 4 hours, right? Because all you're really doing is you're the payroll person, but you're getting paid because you put the connection together. And this is $6,400 a month until the contract expires. Now you tell me, is there anything else that you can think of right now that pays better than that? And you can do it in this amount of time. You're only giving up 4 hours a month, right? So if we really had to think about it, after you establish the relationship, which this is what's really happening. You got $6,400, right? So $6,400, if you take $6,400, right? And you divide 6,400 by 4, 4 hours means that you're essentially making this. This is what you're making. This is what you're making hourly. Now that's what you make, $1,600 an hour. $1,600 an hour. And that's only if you got one person you're paying them $40 an hour. Acme Company's paying you $80 an hour. You're taking that difference. You're making $40 an hour and you're at home. You're with the kids now. You're able to take the vacations that you want. And guess what? You're not having to trade all your time for money anymore. How does that sound to you? That sounds amazing, right? Guess what? You don't have to go and open up a brick and mortar location and put 1,000 computers in it. You don't have to hire like 20,000 people and build it out and paint the room and do all this crazy stuff or whatever. I mean, you can do that one day if you want to, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to spend 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100K, 150K before you even start seeing any returns from the business, or even wondering if you're going to get a return at all because you're waiting for customers to walk through the door. Soon as this customer, the company, whether that's some huge company like Coca-Cola, Delta, or whoever it is, they say that they need this person. You locate this person, you negotiate payment for that person, and then you take the difference and then you get the cash out. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to show you how to run a 7-figure IT staffing company with my course, Earn Checks with Tech. My name is Dwayne Lattimore. I'm a network security engineer. I've been that for several years. Oh my God, it's been like 7, 8 years now. I'm going to show you how to do this in this course. All you got to do right now is enroll.